We were still in the IELTS, of course, museum. And I have to order my ideas right now because there are many things. Okay.
Good evening.
Hi, Mr. Frank. All right, so we were working on unit second. I have so many things on my mind. Education. We were in the science. Yes. We did art. Did that also. Les tengo que mandar las fotos también de la revisión que hice. Ay, so many things. Okay. Education. Second. We're almost half of the book. Almost. We did that. We did corners, and we're here. Science. We did the reading. Also, we saw Alma. It exists. Very good. Your answers. We were here. Aquí nos quedamos. In exploration. Okay. So we did number 6, right? To put the adjectives to pair with a similar meaning from the reading. Now we have exercise 7. And also synonymous of very big. Ese todavía no hemos terminado. So 7. Find words in the passage with the meanings indicated below. Okay? So it's easy for you. Go back to the book and it says find words. You have the phrases, no, the paragraphs, and 3 synonymous of very big, bright, solid, universe, people, receiving. Okay, you have opposites, synonymous, etc. So again, go back to your reading and please complete number 7. Okay? We are doing practice number 7, please. Numero 7. Can we check? Are you ready? Or you need a few minutes more?
Yes, Miss, please.
Okay, 2 more minutes then. We are working on exercise 7, but we're gonna check, do as best as we can. Okay, so let's help each other. 3 synonyms of very big. B and D. What do you have?
Giant.
Yes, giant. What else?
Bust.
Vast. Yes, and one more. Ah, man. One more. Mammoth. Mammoth. Okay, so that's extreme. Mammoth. Extremely, extremely big. Okay, very, very big. Then we have the opposite of bright.
Faint.
Faint. The opposite of solid.
Fluid.
Fluid, yes. 2 synonyms of universe.
Cosmos.
Yes, cosmos and
Galaxies.
heaven. Heaven.
Oh.
What about a synonymous of people?
Human beings.
Yes. Human beings. And two synonymous of receiving.
Collecting.
Collecting and
Pick up.
picking. Yes, picking up. Very good. Very good job. 8. Which adjectives in 7 and 8 would you use to describe each of the following? Which adjectives? So you remember 7 and 8, sorry, this was 6 and 7. This is a misprint. Okay, so it had to say 6 and 7. Okay, would you use to describe each of the following? The Sahara Desert, the planet Jupiter, the summit of Everest, deep space, the Pacific Ocean, a visible comet. So which adjectives?
Arid for the Sahara Desert.
Which one?
Arid,
Arid, yes, arid. What else? There are many.
inhospitable,
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 yes.
Desiccated.
Desiccated, yes.
empty maybe,
Empty, yes. I know. Desiccated. Desiccated.
Jan,
Cachito. We had desiccated. You told me empty. Empty. What did you say? Sorry.
maybe giant means
Giant? No, no.
giant.
You can say
Yeah.
featureless. Yeah. This was hostile. Hostile and vast. Okay, vast. Giant. Yeah, entraría porque está en este grupo, ¿no? It's good, Miss Marcela, no problem. Yeah, very good. The planet Jupiter. Planet Jupiter. Which ones can you use?
Giant.
Okay, okay, so I'm gonna use that as giant here.
Lifeless,
Lifeless. Yeah, we don't know that, but okay. Lifeless. Well, if we knew there were lifeless, okay. Then what else? We can say hostile. Hostile, also inhospitable. And again, mammoth. Okay. What about the again, let me check the summit of Everest. The summit of Everest. The summit, the peak.
Inhospitable me.
Inhospitable, yes. What about? And only one more, hostile. Yeah, that's it. The peak at the peak. So that's it. Deep space. Deep space. Deep. Deep space. Deep. If we can say featureless, if it's really dark.
Lifeless.
Lifeless. Lifeless. Empty. Vast. Right? What about E, the Pacific Ocean? The Pacific Ocean.
Giant, a giant.
Giant or vast. Yeah, giant. And featured.
Fluid.
Featured. Featuredless. Yeah. And the last one, visible comet. Yeah, you could say also fluid. Yeah. What about a visible comet? And what would a comet be like? Does it have life? No, lifeless. And everything that's negative, inhospitable, it's burning and bright. Yeah, bright. Well, I help you with some. So instead of using repetitive synonymous, yeah, we can work out with others. Okay. Number 9, discuss this question with others. So let's all discuss this. A, which space objects would you most like Alma to study and why? Tell me. Would you like Alma to study? Anybody?
Means maybe the constellations.
All right, very good. So that is your interest and why?
Because there were a lot of histories, myths or legends about the origin of of the constellations, because some of them represent person or people or
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. All right, Miss Marcela. Yes. B, do you think Alma is good value for money? Why or why not? Might this international funds be better spent on projects such as eradicating malaria, providing basic education in poor countries, or helping the victims of natural disasters? I want to hear you. Hmm, hmm.
Miss?
Yes.
Yes, and but not at all.
Yeah.
Because, but I wouldn't be agree that these funds were invest in malaria, poor victim of disasters. I think these funds are destinated to investigation, and maybe Alma is a giant study to do, but I don't think it will be useful. I understand what happened or how the human being appeared in the planet. However, also I think that these funds would be investigation for develop new methods or I don't know things to solve our global problems as global warming or the causes of the deforestations. I don't know things like that as the principal problem of the massive quantities of plastic.
Yes. Okay, that is a very nice answer. Anyone else that shares the same or has different view as Rogers? Anybody? Everybody agrees with Roger? Say aye.
Yes, Miss. I agree. Yeah, because Alma studies the ground, no, the distance of the moon to the Earth. Yeah, it's a good way to see a different topic about this reading in the book. But Alma nowadays can show the distance the moon to the earth. This distance is very important because the moon is going to uh, is going to ah, from the earth every year like grow nails. The distance
Oh, yeah.
every day, every month, every year, the moon change its distance to the earth, and in the future we have no, we are going to have problems with the SIA because all the SIA is regulated with the gravity of the moon.
Very good. Yes, the sea, the water levels. It said, oh yes. So it's important. Yes, everything's important. Science is important. The thing is, when you talk about the finances, I mean, a lot of money. But it's this is our big ship. The Earth is our big home, and we have to take care of it. Very good. Well put, Mr. Franklin. Very nice. All right. Next. C. Which of the following space projects do you find interesting and give reasons? Space telescopes, manned moon flights, manned moon flights. It's I mean this guy, this British guy that owns Virgin Records, etc. He already been he has been a tourist, space tourist, right? So it's kind of like the same, like moon manned moon flights, like tourism, space laboratories, flights to other planets, exploration of comets, flights beyond the solar system. So, which of these following space projects do you find interesting? Interesting. If you don't care, don't be negative. This is a positive question, okay? You find interesting and give reasons, okay? So don't put any negativity. This is what you find interesting. Okay, I want to hear you. Anybody?
I find interesting space laboratories because we can discover new elements which may be useful for us. I don't know.
Yeah, might be useful for us. Yeah, very good. Oh yeah, it could be many.
Means
Yes,
manned
yes.
moon flights
Okay.
because in nowadays in reality, the Elon Musk try to achieve this challenge, and I think this possible in the future. It's a interesting trip per year, and someday, but it's reserved to millionaires. It's the part sad.
That's a sad part. Yeah, but in the future, it might be you can tour the Earth around. I don't know, but it's interesting. Okay, one more, please. Anybody else that you find interesting?
Miss, I think flights to other planets because we're in the view that we are destroying our world. Maybe the good option to to demonstrate to people that we have to take care of our planet is to visit another planet that don't have the same things that we have here.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's a very big project, this type of exploration. All right. Thank you so much. I mean, with things that are happening, have happened, technology, and how human brain works, I think these things are not impossible to mention. Yeah, everybody thought that no, man, humans cannot fly or cannot do this, but we can use them. We can fly by airplanes, of course. So there are projects that might be like intergalactic, like untouchable, but brains. I mean, that's the best. I don't know, human treasure we have, each one of us. So I think in the future these things could be possible. I don't know. Thank you for your participation, everybody. Now we have the listening, section 3. Now, remember we started with section 1, 2, and 3. Now, this is number 3. Okay, and look at the pictures here. And it says, discuss these questions with another student. A. Which issues are suggested by each photo? By each photo. So what does number 1 suggest? 2 and 3? What? What suggestions? What does it tell you? Those pictures.
Mm, Picture number 1, I think, use of pesticides,
Yeah, pesticides. Yes, very good. Number 2,
modification of cells.
yeah, it could be. Yeah, the medical interference of reproductive process, right? Very good. The number 3,
Exposure to radiation.
radiation. Yeah, nuclear power. All right. All of these things are very popular around the world. So no one can say, yes, I don't know, what is this? We live, we taste, yeah, we search. It's amazing how humanity has grown. B, how important are these issues in your country? Are other issues more important? Aha! I want to know if you know these issues that we face as Bolivians. Talk about Bolivians. How important are these issues?
Miss, maybe the first picture, pesticides in our country. Don't agree use that because our people prefer natural, organic, and they know how affect the earth, the land, country, land.
The land, yes. Very well put. Yes, 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 very good. So, Mr. Marcy, you think is the number 1, the pesticides, instead of number 2 and 3 in our country? Mr. Marcy.
Number one, Miss.
Yes,
Solo only.
yeah, only that. Do you agree, all of you agree with Mr. Marcio? That did he give a good reason for this?
Miss, I think the most important thing is the radioactive
In Bolivia.
number 3. Yeah, because when you need an X-ray, uh, an X-ray film, yeah, you have to go to an specific area, but without protection. So the radiation pass through the walls, the all the bodies near of this.
Yes, I understand, Mr. Frank, and it's well put. With all of this, what we've been through COVID, I think the people that suffered had to go and have these X-rays, right, from their lungs. It was with radioactive energy. So yes, and that, so I like what Marcia said about food processing. We prefer mm, natural foods. We prefer, but at the same time, with this pandemic and with other illnesses, we need this radioactive use, right, to see what's inside of us. We break our legs, so many things. So what I think that that is not very important in our country because it's mainly for people that cannot have children. And in Bolivia, Bolivia is a young country. Everybody has children, I think, and there are few couples that cannot. And number two, it's more of a desire of love of a couple to have family, yeah, and to have intervene with scientists and so many things. It's very, very, I don't know, something really special for a couple. So we cannot put it in as an emergency. It's very important issue in our country because we have a tendency of teenage pregnancy that is really elevated. And but there, unfortunately, there are some couples that cannot have children, and they need to invest their savings or any type of money to get pregnant, right? So it's not that important. It's more of a couple thing, right? Of what they desire, right? So yes, I really enjoy your answers. Numbers, we have 6 minutes. C, if you were working as a scientist, would you be comfortable doing research in these areas? Why or why not? Would you be comfortable doing research in these areas? Why or why not? I want to hear you. We have 6 minutes. What can you say?
Where scientists maybe yeah, I was comfortable in the second
With the
case
second one, okay.
because I work in a laboratory. It's no problem for me, but in the first and third pictures, it's not comfortable for me.
All right. All right. That's good. All right. Thank you, Mr. Ivan. Anyone else that would like to share their thoughts? Anybody else that is that feels comfortable? Why or why not? That's it? Okay. D, how important is it that scientists maintain ethical standards? A ver, guaguitas.
Miss. Well, answer this question may result controversial because it is really important to maintain the ethical standard, especially talking about life as cells are, because ethical can be divided by a fine line. Just for example, in the past, when vaccine was created, we in that time we didn't know that it was good or it was bad, and it was introduced to children, and they would have, I don't know, they would have died. But that didn't happen, and so that's thing. But if they would have that, the result, it would have been different, and it would have been a ethical problem.
Very good. All right, Mr. Roger. That yeah, something came to my mind that happened to me a long time ago. I remember this patient. She was a friend of mine. She was suffering from cancer. Unfortunately, she passed away, and she had liver cancer. So she lost a lot of blood. And I remember that she was in coma. She was losing so much. that her doctor said, okay, so her type of blood is O positive, and he was really suffering. He told us that he had to do something. So he didn't go by the code, and he asked his nurse, "What type of blood are you?" And the nurse said, "I'm an O positive." He said, "Okay, put your sleeve out. We have to make a transfusion right now, or she leaves. She dies." They didn't make any tests, nothing. He just plugged, I don't know, her blood with her blood because they were losing her. And that is, like you said, Mr. Roger, like that fine line with ethical standards, because there's a code, right, of giving blood, receiving blood, etc., etc. Very well put, Mr. Roger. Thank you.
Miss,
Yes.
yes, I think that it's important because, well, I have another example about Chernobyl, for example,
Yeah.
and well, how the accident happened for a lack of ethic in
Yes.
the scientists. It was terrible, and well, it's really important, this topic.
Yes. Yes. I mean, till this day, no one, well, people enter like tourists, but no one can live there. Right, right. Very good. Annie, should science courses train students to deal with ethical issues?
Miss, I think yes, because I think there are many students in science that could have a big interesting ideas about experiment or other words, I don't know,
Yes.
but they should know the limits or how far they can do or reach without affect other persons or community or society.
Mm, yeah, of course, students. Very good. Very, very good. Anyone else? Courses train students to deal with ethical issues? Very good. Nothing? Okay. So we'll be back in a minute. I want you to think of number two. Look at the multiple choice questions one and two on page 87. What is the situations? What do you think the speaker will be talking about? When you hear the introduction, check whether you were right. Okay. So have a glance, check it, and then we're gonna come back and listen. Okay.